Okay, this is round two. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Team, text me and let me know if you can hear me because the last time no one was able to hear my voice. Anyway, what I want to talk about, well, first let me start off by saying it's a beautiful freaking day here in Florida. Beautiful day to be alive and just so blessed, to live in the greatest country on earth and, in my opinion, live in one of the greatest states here, Florida. And I want to talk today about um, investing in other people's deals. And team, if you're on here, let me know if you can hear me okay. Yes, hear you. Okay, good. Because I just did this a few minutes ago and nobody could hear me. And I was doing such a great job, too. Anyway, so we're going to talk today about how to invest in other real estate deals so that you minimize risk. Okay. And I'm going to give you some great tools for this as well. And you guys know the beautiful thing about real estate is there's so many ways for you to get involved. And a lot of my students started out investing passively in other people's deals. Why is that an awesome way? Because not only does it go on your resume that you're invested in whatever it is, X number, 100 deals, 1,000 deals, whatever it is, but you believe it or not, the banks actually look at it and give you a break on the interest rate if you go and become an operator for yourself. So it's a great leg into the business. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some pitfalls and some things that you want to make sure of when you're investing in deals, because there's a lot of people out there right now as operators, and there's a lot of people that are, in my opinion, way aggressive right now. Okay. Like we'll be in best and final on a deal where we're like, it's down to like 3 or 4 investors that are investing on, or putting offers in on a deal, and we'll see what the deal sold for or what it's called traded for. And we're like scratching our heads. What were they thinking? There's no way to make that deal work at that price. And so, and those people are getting investors in their deals. And so, they're very risky deals for that in that case. Now, like right now, we're raising money on a 296 unit asset in San Antonio, screaming deal. I mean, to give you an idea of conservative, if you know my story, I lost a lot of money in 2008, so I'm super conservative. Well, this deal breaks even day one at 59% occupied. So that's the kind of stuff you want to look for. I mean, we can be 41% vacant, break even day one, not to mention the upside there. I mean, we're looking at 10% plus cash on cash and 15% plus internal rate of return. So let me give you some tips for protecting yourself if you're going to invest passively in a deal. And if you're accredited, for God's sakes, come check out that deal. Text the word partner to 72345. There's still some slots left in that. Partner to 72345. So I created a resource called Questions to Ask a General Partner in a Syndication Before Investing. And so I want to talk about some of these things with you, because why would you give somebody your hard-earned money unless you had some basic understanding of what it is you're doing? Don't do it. That goes for the stock market. That goes for a business. That goes for any investment endeavor. For God's sakes, learn it a little bit. Maybe you come to one of my boot camps, even if you're not going to invest actively, just to learn the business. But let me give you some questions to ask a GP, a general partner in a deal, if you're thinking about investing passively. Okay, so you protect yourself. You might ask, okay, to start, who are the actual sponsors in the deal, right? What's their experience? How long have they been doing real estate? What do they know about it? Are they in this market currently? Does anyone on their team have some construction experience if they're going to do a value add deal? Like a lot of the operators, like myself included, will go in and will force appreciation by fixing up a property. So do they have any experience in doing that? Can they provide any references? Do they own, what's the business plan for the asset? By the way, if you want to see us present a deal, in the San Antonio deal I'm just talking about, go to creecap.com and creecap.com, and it's a direct link to the webinar that we did presenting a deal. So you'll see how we present ourselves. You'll see how we present a deal. You'll see the things we look for in a market and in a property, and that'll really help you, even if you're not accredited. We can only take accredited, but even if you're not accredited, go check it out and watch the webinar. It'll help you. But so what's the business plan? What has the property appraised? What sort of financing are you getting on it? What's the CapEx budget? And so, how much are they raising for the CapEx? What are they going to do as part? CapEx is the repairs they're going to make and the improvements they're going to, well, really not repairs, more improvements that they're going to make to add value. Like we'll do CapEx and we want to see a 3% return, I'm sorry, a 3-year payback on our money, 36-month payback on our money maximum, if at all possible, for CapEx items. So what's going on there? And then, what happens if one of the KPs gets sick? Who's going to manage it? These are some questions. By the way, I'm going to give you this resource. Just want to give you some of the questions in it. It's called Questions to Ask a GP Before Investing. So I want you to have this, because even if you're getting into a joint venture, even if you're getting into a deal with somebody and you're not accredited, you need to ask these questions so you don't make a mistake and you don't lose your money. Because again, there's some fast and loose guys out there right now that are doing deals that candidly make my hair stand on end, what little I have left. So, you want to be careful. Who's going to do the management of the property? What do they know about the property management partner that they're bringing in? Has that partner done work? Have they done work together before? Let's see. When are the distributions? Are they monthly, quarterly? Who's the regional that's going to oversee that asset? Because every third-party property management company with a larger asset will have a regional manager that hires and fires and manages the managers there. You want to, me personally, I want to interview them. Now, not if I'm going to invest passively, but the point is, ask that question. Have they interviewed that person? If you're going to invest with somebody, what do they know? Are they working with a CPA firm that's third party? What transactional law firm are they working with? What syndication law firm are they working with? Have they ever had a deal go sideways? That's an important question to ask them, and a very valid question to ask them if they've ever had a deal go sideways. By the way, guys, if you're just coming on, I do have a deal right now we're raising money for. There's still some slots left in San Antonio, 296 units, beautiful B-class property. We'll make it a B-plus property, and incredible returns. I think I mentioned earlier at cash flows day one at 59% occupied, 41% vacant at cash flows, which is very, very unusual, guys. Is it a 506B or a 506C offering? Remember, if they're advertising, it better be a 506C, accredited investors only. And this is, we teach this stuff at my boot camps. Is there a preferred return? Like on our deal, we have an 8% preferred return. That comes off the top to our equity investors, ourselves included, because we invest typically 10% in every deal. We've got over $1 million we're putting in that San Antonio deal ourselves as general partners. So what's the preferred return? Who are the biggest investors in the deal? How are they raising the operating capital? Is there going to be some operating capital? Hugely important. Like we always have 6 months of operating reserves in a deal before we'll do it. By the way, if you want this book, text GP questions to 72345. If you're interested in talking to us about that San Antonio deal, text partner to 72345, and we'll talk to you and see if it's a fit. And like I said, there's still some slots left in that San Antonio deal. But you want to ask them, how have they stress tested the deal? What are the break-even points? Like I told you, ours is 59%, day one. I mean, again, very unusual, but how are they stress testing? Another stress test we look at is once we've refinanced and given our investors all or most of their money back, what's the break-even point? Again, how much operating reserves are they going to put aside? Again, ask the questions, guys. Don't just willy-nilly give your money to someone without knowing who you're dealing with and having some basic understanding of the business. If you want to come join me at my boot camp, I've got a virtual one coming up August 28th and 29th. I've got a live one in person coming up December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We've got a 2-for deal right now where you can get both for $297. It's like a screaming deal. So team, will you put that underneath there? And ask, put that in the 2-for deal. And if somebody wants to go to both boot camps as well, and it looks like you put in there the CRE cap if you want interested in seeing how we present a deal to investors and how we evaluate an area, how we evaluate a submarket, how we evaluate an asset, what the numbers look like on a deal, how we create a business plan, all of that stuff. Go to that CRE cap and watch that webinar replay so you can see how we present. But again, get educated. That the message that all I wanted to impart on you today was, don't just give your money to someone hoping for a great return and put your head in the sand. Learn the business a little bit. Come to one of my boot camps. Immerse yourself like you're doing, watching me and listening to me. Get this resource of questions you can ask, and just be educated so you don't squander your hard-earned money. You work too hard for it. And listen, if you've got any questions, thanks, Harris. My wife, I've gone gray. My wife likes the gray better. I don't particularly, but she says it's okay. Text the number for the book again is GP questions to 72345. If you're interested in talking to us about the San Antonio deal and getting on our calendar, text partner to 72345. And my team will put a note in there. The 2-for-1 deal is multifamilybootcamp.com. And I think you can just go to rodinorlando.com as well. I think that's one. But anyway, guys, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. And just be careful with your money. That's all. That's the only message I wanted to get out there today. Have an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.